Rumor. Leo becomes Dr. Rolf's test subject. Salem has never been a town for the faint of heart. It thrives on secrets, survives on scandal, and regenerates, sometimes literally, through the questionable genius of one Dr. Wilhelm Rolf. For decades, Rolf has lurked in the shadows of days of our lives, reviving the dead, rewriting DNA, and bending the laws of science as casually as others bend the truth. But a new rumor is sending shockwaves through the fandom, igniting speculation across social media and spoiler boards alike. At first glance, it sounds outrageous, even by Salem standards. Leo Stark, flamboyant, scheming, sharp-tongued, and emotionally complex. Dr. Rolf, morally unhinged, scientifically brilliant, and eternally loyal to the Dimera legacy. What possible reason could bring these two together in a storyline that promises danger, transformation, and irreversible consequences? And yet, the pieces may already be falling into place. Leo Stark has always existed on the edges of Salem's power structure. He's never been a true Dimera, never a Brady, never a Horton, yet he's brushed against all of them. He survives through wit rather than wealth, manipulation rather than muscle. And lately, Leo has been unraveling. Recent events have left Leo isolated. His reputation is battered, his alliances fractured, and his sense of self more fragile than ever. While he masks insecurity with sarcasm and bravado, the cracks are showing. Leo wants to matter. He wants power. He wants to be seen, not as a joke, not as a side character, but as someone indispensable. Enter Dr. Rolf. Rolf has always sought subjects who are desperate, overlooked, or emotionally vulnerable. He doesn't simply experiment on bodies, he experiments on people. Their desires, their fears, their ambitions. Leo, with his craving for relevance and reinvention, may be the perfect candidate. The rumor suggests that Leo and Dr. Rolf's paths cross not through grand design, but through coincidence. A late-night encounter at the hospital. A mysterious file left unattended. A cryptic conversation overheard in the town square. Leo, ever the opportunist, notices something isn't right. Rolf is back in Salem, quietly, carefully, under the radar. No grand announcement. No Dimera fanfare. Just a man with a lab coat and a briefcase full of secrets. Leo does what Leo does best. He inserts himself into the narrative. He flirts. He pries. He jokes. And beneath it all, he listens. Rolf, for his part, sees Leo not as a nuisance, but as a curiosity. Leo's psychological profile intrigues him. High intelligence, narcissistic traits, emotional volatility, and an uncanny ability to survive chaos. To Rolf, Leo isn't just a man. He's a hypothesis. This is where the rumor takes a chilling turn. According to whispered spoilers, Rolf isn't working on resurrection this time. He's working on enhancement. Not superpowers. Not immortality. Control. Rolf believes that personality itself can be altered, refined, sharpened, redirected. He theorizes that charisma, confidence, and emotional resilience can be chemically engineered. And Leo, who already possesses these traits in raw form, could be the ideal prototype. The pitch Rolf allegedly makes to Leo is deceptively simple. You are already extraordinary. I can make you unstoppable. Leo laughs it off at first. He mocks the accent, the ego, the mad scientist cliché. But then Rolf shows him the data. Test results. Brain scans. Proof. And suddenly, the idea of becoming more than he is, more respected, more feared, more powerful, doesn't sound so crazy. One of the most compelling aspects of this rumored storyline is the question of choice. Does Leo agree willingly? Or is he manipulated? Some spoilers hint that Leo initially consents to a harmless trial, a cognitive enhancer, a mood stabilizer, something designed to reduce anxiety and sharpen focus. Rolf frames it as self-care. Optimization. A glow-up for the mind. But Rolf never tells the whole truth. What Leo doesn't realize is that the drug isn't just enhancing him, it's rewiring him. His emotions become muted. His empathy dulled. His instincts sharpened into something colder, more calculating. The Leo who once schemed for survival begins to scheme for domination. And the scariest part? It works. As the experiment progresses, Salem notices a change. Leo is calmer, more composed, less reactive, but also more dangerous. He stops lashing out emotionally and starts planning strategically. He manipulates conversations with surgical precision. He anticipates reactions before they happen. People who once dismissed him now find themselves unsettled in his presence. Chad Dimera notices first. So does Melina. Something about Leo feels off. He's still charming, still funny, still flamboyant. But there's an emptiness behind the smile. A sense that he's watching everyone else like pieces on a chessboard. Rolf, observing from afar, is thrilled. The experiment is a success. But no Rolf experiment comes without consequences. Leo begins experiencing blackouts. Lost time. Vivid dreams he can't explain. Memories that aren't his own. Snippets of conversations he doesn't remember having. Actions he can't recall taking. Is the drug altering his memory? Or is Rolf planting something deeper? Some rumors suggest Rolf has embedded a trigger, a psychological failsafe that allows him to influence Leo's behavior remotely. A word. A sound. A phrase spoken in that unmistakable accent. Leo isn't just enhanced. He's programmable. As Leo's behavior grows more unsettling, the people around him begin to investigate. Melina senses psychological tampering. Chad traces Leo's sudden access to confidential information. Even Gwen, who knows Leo better than most, realizes something is wrong. The question becomes, is Leo a villain now? Or a victim? And if he's both, can he be saved? The turning point, according to speculation, comes when Leo discovers Rolf's notes. In them, he sees the truth laid bare, not just about himself, but about future subjects. Rolf plans to replicate the experiment, create an army of enhanced manipulators embedded throughout Salem's elite. Leo isn't special. He's phase 1. For the first time since the experiment began, Leo feels fear, not for his reputation, not for his power, but for his identity. He realizes that in chasing relevance, he may have surrendered his soul. And Leo Stark, for all his flaws, has always prized one thing above all else: control over his own narrative. The final phase of the rumored arc is where things get truly explosive. Does Leo expose Rolf? Or does he turn the tables? Some theories suggest Leo pretends to remain loyal while secretly sabotaging the experiment from within. Others claim Leo embraces his enhanced state and uses it to destroy Rolf once and for all, outplaying the master manipulator with his own game. And then there's the darkest possibility of all. What if Leo likes who he's becoming? If these rumors prove true, this storyline could redefine Leo Stark forever. No longer just comic relief or troublemaker, Leo would become one of Salem's most psychologically complex characters, a man altered by science, battling the line between agency and manipulation. It would also re-establish Dr. Rolf as one of the show's most terrifying villains, not because he raises the dead, but because he reshapes the living. This isn't just about experiments. It's about identity. As with all Days of Our Lives spoilers, nothing is confirmed until it airs. But the idea of Leo becoming Dr. Rolf's test subject feels disturbingly plausible and deliciously dramatic. It blends science fiction with emotional tragedy, camp with consequence, and spectacle with soul. And if Days does one thing well, it's taking the outrageous and making it unforgettable. Whether Leo emerges as a hero, a villain, or something far more complicated, one thing is certain. If Dr. Rolf has his hands on Leo Stark,